Mhm.
So if it's your first time, whether you're watching this live or on the recording, I want to say thank you for coming tonight or watching this later. It's precious time that we take care of our souls, right? And we listen to our guidance, whether that's through our own intuition, through hearing our guides. And even for myself, as somebody that channels and does readings, I too sometimes need to hear it from other people's mouths, right? So I am here to acknowledge that each and every one of us has the capacity to hear our guides, right? I'm here tonight to be your channel, and I'm excited to do that for you. I also let people know that I channel not only guides, but what I've also been told is called the voice of I am. And
Mhm.
so if you hear me talking to you or collectively, very, how do you say, very directly, that's usually the voice of I am. And you can often tell a difference in the way that my voice will sound during that as well. Um, Other thing I like to say is, and this is going to sound really weird, and if you've had a reading with me before, you might have heard me say it. I actually can't predict the future. You know why? Because all that ever is real is right now, right? We understand the concept of what future is, but what your guides and often your angels, your loved ones that have passed on, the voice of I am, is often here to tell us about what we need to hear right now, what can be transformed right now. Might you get guidance about things that might come up in the quote unquote future, which is always now? Sure, but they're always options. And when I was asking my guides tonight what needed to be shared collectively, they were talking about how we cannot bypass our lessons. And I was like, oh, ouch, right? Right? Like, it would be really helpful if I could just skip, what is that? Skip, go, collect $200 and move on, right? And Monopoly. And and they were like, yeah, but if there's something that you need to hear that will help you transcend the lesson or move through it, that's what they're here to share. I know myself, I've received intuitive guidance in the past that looking back, I can see, oh, they were telling me exactly the people that were going to come into my life or exactly the situations that were going to happen so that I could remember this moment and know that it was not for nothing and that it was actually planned, right, for my highest good and greatest benefit, even though it didn't feel like it at the time. So, anyways, all that being said, I'm excited that you're here tonight. Usually for these, I've learned that I have capacity for about 6 readings that usually are about 5 minutes each. And right now there's 5 of you here, which is so good. So we'll see. You guys are here first. So I'm going to go in the order that I see you, if that's okay. We're going to do Carrie. We'll start with you if you're okay with that. And then we'll go to Eliana next, and then Jane, Shelley, Jamie. Welcome. All right. So, generally, how I do readings is I start by pulling oracle cards, and my guides told me that tonight that's not needed. And I will finish with an affirmation card for each of you by the Circles of Healing, which, if you've had a reading from me before, you've seen these cards, and I know you love them. Okay. So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start tuning in. Carrie, are you okay if I start with you?
Absolutely.
And do you have an intention, a question?
Yeah,
Uh,
I think I am just really wanting to know how to care for my body right now, like especially as I've just had this recurrent like upper shoulder pain and it seems really hard to work off and on. So I'm just trying, yeah, like what's the best way to care for my body, I think is what's coming up for me at the moment. So that it also because then that just helps everything else.
yes. I know that whether you're here listening now or later, Often what'll come through are collective messages. So if you have something going on with the body and something I say to Carrie goes like spark something, that could be a message for you too. So that I set a timer and that timer's more for me, just so you know. Okay. They're starting Carrie by kind of giving me this impression of a lot of energy coming up through the throat chakra,
Mm.
acknowledging the shoulder, but almost like there's been a lot that you've needed to say as of late. And it feels like you've moved a lot of it out, like it's been expressed. Do you feel like you've been sharing what's on your heart more so as of late?
Yeah, I think especially with what I'm doing with sharing my voice in my business
Okay.
with social media posts, that definitely feels true there.
Yeah, there's a lot just, I feel almost like a channel of energy moving through that. So I'm going to ask them. Mm. And stuff getting left side. Almost like I know for you, my memory is that you had some stuff going on with your job, but I'm feeling more like left temple.
Okay.
I'm clearing. For the shoulder, they're saying, or shoulders, shoulder.
Shoulders. It's
Okay.
kind yeah, it's a kind of a, yeah.
They're saying that while it's manifesting physically, there's more to it for you metaphorically that can be shifted in order to ease the physical.
Okay.
We're asking what that shift is for you right now.
Hmm.
Guides are funny sometimes. They're saying to clap for your damn self. Um,
It's almost like pat myself on the back for like what
yeah.
I'm doing.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Yes. Um, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they're saying it's more, there's a release. I feel a lot of tears. Kind of like, oh, I did it, I'm doing it. It's in motion.
Hmm.
And yet there's needed, there's more acknowledgement needed. Oh, they're saying for your inner child, even
Mm.
that's kind of like been on this like grind, if that makes sense. Like a lot of doing, a lot of action, a lot of like it's also good for the inner child, but it's almost like the inner child needs to hear like good job. Like good job. You're fucking doing it. Um maybe not F words with inner child, so I don't know. But yeah, clap for yourself.
Okay.
Celebrate. They're showing me some physical exercises they're using in air quotes
Okay.
that can be done, almost like swimming backwards. They're showing me like
Oh,
arm
okay. Okay.
circles backwards. The clapping is most important. Like, if you literally need to clap out loud, that is something you can do. Or ask your friends to clap with you and celebrate.
Okay.
So we're going to do that now. Can we get a round of applause for Carrie and all the freaking hard work she's doing to bring her message into the world? I don't know if you can hear my claps. Hopefully it's not too loud. A round of applause for you for all you're doing to serve women in the world. So thank you.
Thank you.
Does that feel complete?
I think so. I don't know what, I mean, yeah, like, I guess like, unless there's anything else like that comes through with them.
there's also almost like a too much stimulation they're showing me. If you're like listening to things, especially before bed, they're like
Oh,
too much. They were showing me nighttime, so it might
okay.
not be like in bed, but it could be in the evening, kind of like overstimulation of this side. So right side
Hmm.
being masculine, right?
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know what that is for you, but
I'll have
always
to.
take it with observation
Right.
of what am I listening to is what I'm hearing.
Oh, I think I get it.
Yay.
What a
Okay, you get
conversation.
it. You. And you know what, you guys? Sometimes you'll hear something I say and you'd be like, I don't freaking get that, or that doesn't resonate. Take what does, leave the rest. And if it resonates later, cool. And if it doesn't, like, I'm not perfect for a reason, right? I'm an interpreter. Here we go. All right, Carrie, you got this beautiful green
Hmm.
card, which I will take a picture and send you later, which says, I relax.
Okay.
A sacred shield of spiritual protection supports my heart and attracting exceptional blessings and generous grace. So that might be the spiritual protection from what you're hearing, and the heart. I relax. Who else needs to relax? Me, definitely. Okay, beautiful. So let's all take a deep breath and exhale out the mouth. Thank you, Carrie.
Thank
All right, Eliana, you're next, and then we'll have Jane. All right, Eliana, what's your intention for tonight? What would you love to receive or have clarity on? Direction?
Um, what's coming to me is that like I'm getting older. Oh, what a concept. Anyway, and I can't really do, I mean, I think I can do more than I can. And I put a lot on my plate and like two events this weekend in two different places to support. And I'm just wondering, am I like, and my son, am I doing too much? And how
Mm,
can I, I'm trying to just, go, okay, I'm just going to do it
mm,
slowly and not rush and do what I can and not put too much
yeah.
pressure. But
Being present to what is. I always look at if we're asking ourselves, right? Am I doing too much? That might be like ding, 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 right? Maybe there's something there, but I will ask, right? Or we'll collectively ask for guidance on that. Is there anybody else here that questions if they're doing too much? Ever? Yeah.
yeah.
Kelly does. Carrie does. I definitely do sometimes.
Mm.
So we're going to ask specifically for guidance for Eliana on how much she is doing. All right. Right away, they went to your hands, which always is a signal for me about doing. Are you, does what, this is going to sound funny, but is what you're doing requiring a lot of physical,
Hmm.
like physical doing?
Yes.
Okay.
And hands, injured hands too.
Oh, okay. So we're going to ask for some healing for the hands and the body, mind
Mhm.
and spirit at this time. They're here to remind you that your value isn't just in what you can do. Your value is also in who you are as a being, spiritually, and physically here on this earth at this time.
Mhm.
They're showing me a little like confusion around, it feels like past confusion that created patterns of taking on too much.
Mhm.
Past confusion around what is my purpose, what is my value, how do I contribute, what do I give? That's
Mhm.
important in this world. There's so much love for you though. There, it's almost
Mm.
overwhelming for you to feel at times, they're saying. Like to allow yourself to fully feel how truly loved you are just for being you. They're saying that choosing to incarnate into this life was a big decision. And it's almost like it's not to be taken lightly, but also to be taken like this life and the time that you have to give and to receive is to be done more joyfully, right? So the answer to your question, they're saying, it's not a matter of am I doing too much? It's am I doing what I'm doing joyfully enough?
Mhm.
Because if I'm present, there are some things they're saying you can say no to, like going forward, like an evaluation. Um, but what you currently have committed to, you have the capacity to handle with joy if you choose. Mindfully, presently. There's, it feels like this time, though, coming up, there's like a period, a window where you're going kind of deeper than ever before. Do you feel like you've done work, they're acknowledging that, but there's like this deeper dive into like what's actually filling me back up? What's allowing me to receive? What am I nourishing myself with? Not just what am I giving to others? How am I serving? How am I loving? Right? Do you feel, does looking at does that resonate with you? I guess
Yes.
that's my question.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, I was like, somebody needs to hear it. I think it's you. And probably many of us. So can you do it joyfully is the question.
Yes.
What do you need to be saying no to as of now going forward?
Hmm. Hmm. Thank
How
you.
does that feel?
It feels really good. Yeah.
I'm
Hmm.
gonna get you a card. I feel like there's so much more we could talk about there.
I got a lot. It
Okay.
put a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It got my wheels spinning because I've been thinking about that. Like, these two different things, like the peace dances and this other thing. And this other thing is like, oh my gosh, they need so much help. But, this isn't my burden, but I
Yeah.
walk into it and I'm like, whoa, okay, what can I do? Don't just criticize because there's like, so
Yeah.
maybe I need to go resonate with the other that is more nourishing. So that,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. Not everything is our mess, right? To
Right.
sort out. Ooh, this one's pretty for you.
Oh, Oh, wow. I love
Such
it.
beautiful colors. This one says, "The beautiful unknown beckons." Oh, so going into the unknown, as I summon my brave and trusting heart, my soul dances towards a stunning destiny.
I love that.
Interesting that it's dancing with what you just mentioned. Um, yes, Eliana, I will send this to you via email after. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your heart and
Mm,
for allowing us to all receive that message to do things more joyfully. Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah. All right. So deep breath in and Mm. So much love here for us tonight. I feel that. Jane, would you like a reading? Oh, I can't hear you, but we might have to unmute. Oh, there
Okay,
you go.
now. So can you hear me now?
Yes. Yeah.
So yes, please.
All right.
And Eliana's resonated with me some, although I I know I'm not doing too much right now because I'm not doing much of anything. I retired a few months ago and I kind of made a pact with myself to not jump into stuff, but find what I really would love to do. And so the what is my purpose and value and what do I give is kind of the question. And when I kind of feel like I'm just sloughing off and having fun, but
Mm. We're going to go into that. I'm going to set a timer before I forget, or I will get lost in the spirit world and you guys will be here forever and you'll be like, what? Okay. All right. Jane, thank you for your intention and for sharing where you're at right now. As I was tuning in a moment ago, they were showing me, this is going to sound funny, but they were showing me you getting a makeover or like getting kind of like, and it might be metaphorical to your life at this time, but they were showing, it looked also physical, like a change in appearance. Have you changed things lately or felt a calling to shift things physically?
yeah, well, I'm working out a lot more.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah. But like a facial makeover would be awesome.
Yeah, they were showing me, it looked like if something, either hair or face,
Mm.
upper body. Um, but I honor you for also taking care of the physical strength. So we're going to ask about value and purpose and retirement and this next beautiful chapter of your life. They said that you're currently in a process of disseminating, is the word they use, kind of like, um, you know how you like defragment your computer, or how we used to defragment our computers, where it's kind of like things mentally being organized from the past experience in your life of being involved in working in whatever form that was to not working. So
So
it's almost like thoughts might not, like your thought pathways might not feel like they're connecting always, or like kind of like blank mind or confusion because of this defragmentation that's going on mentally. Were you saying something a moment ago?
it makes sense.
Okay.
I'm meditating a lot.
Okay. Well,
Peace.
that's good. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Good for you. Yeah, they see you. They're enjoy with you in that. Are you a really good hugger?
No.
Okay. That's something that they're wanting you to get better at. Is kind of like, what do I focus on? How do I give love? Um, they're saying lightly with the hugging, it's not like a shameful thing. It's just, how do I love others? How do I hold others, even holding space in this next phase of my life? That's also about you receiving, but value is, how do I love the people around me? Whether it's in the form of hugs, listening, um, offering support. And it doesn't have to be formal. It can be very, unless you're wanting formality. Mm, okay. They said this time is about stillness and it's about you receiving, um, spiritually downloads I'm getting, almost like a gentle, almost like tapping on your forehead, um, or like upper head. You might not feel it physically unless you tune into that as you meditate. But they're saying it's, how do I put this? Because you're in the process of defragmenting, the insights or awarenesses that you're getting about your next steps, about this next chapter, are very like gentle, subtle, they're light. They're not trying to overwhelm you or burden you with like a long list of things to do. So how do I add value? It's in how I love others. Am I in a place where I want structure around how I love other people, right? How I give love or give value. And when I say structure, they mean like business, or do you know what I mean? Offerings of that nature. Um, and if so, know that those ideas or insights are kind of like coming. Do you do tapping?
I do.
Okay, they keep tapping. I was like, why are you tapping me?
That's funny. I know when you use that word tapping, I'm like, I've been tapping too.
Yeah, that's very good for you. Yeah, so if you have you been noticing any like subtle insights come like whispers that
Oh
are
yeah,
gentle?
like there could be 100 things.
Yes.
It's like, oh,
Writing
maybe
them
I should
down,
try this. Maybe I should try this.
write them down, write them down.
Okay.
That's a process. They are saying it feels like you've done what you've had to do in a sense, or like you've fulfilled a mission in the past, right? And now it's about like, what do I want to do that would also give back to me, right? And so if you're looking at, is business something you're looking at? I'm just going to ask you that because they keep showing
Oh,
me it in a
maybe.
light sense.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
That's like
Because
one
they're
of
showing
the
me an
things.
exchange, right? There's you giving something and it's like kind of coming back to you. Um, I want to go into that more. I see, um, hold on a second. They've said for now for you to focus on showing up. So when you're called or invited to go do something, right? Whether it's for fun, within reason, right, Eliana? Yes, not yes to everything, but yes to the things that resonate, that it's about showing up and you're going to see like, oh, shoot, if I could do more of this like that, I would be so filled with joy, right? And it doesn't have to be about receiving oodles of money, but there might be a soft level of exchange there that would make you feel like this is a good value for my time, right? So show up, keep tapping, let the defragmentation happen and write down those subtle insights, and it's gonna click. I see 2 months they're showing me of you kind of in this inward process of taking what you're getting and going like, and also experimenting, right, with what you're called to show up to. And you're going to be like, ah, like there's a lot of excitement on the other side of this, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mm. So I'm going to draw you a beautiful affirmation card, Jean. It's so good to see you tonight.
You
So happy. And get that facial, girl.
too.
Do it. Okay. Ooh, look at this. I haven't seen this card before, and it's so pretty. They're all pretty, but from quiet and peaceful to rapturous and vibrant, I feast upon the sumptuous banquet of my soul's journey of rainbow wisdom. So from quiet and peaceful to rapturous and vibrant, right? That duality that we were just talking about. I feast upon the sumptuous banquet of my soul's journey. Like what? Holy cow. Okay. That's a powerful card. Let me put that there for you. Thank you, Jane.
You.
All right. Deep breath in. And Mm. Yeah. Okay. They want to keep talking to you, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I gotta shift. Okay. Um, the last thing I'll say is that there's a desire for them to come through a little more clearly before around bedtime. I see you like snuggled in blankets and them kind of like coming around, and do you know what I mean? Like these little gentle sweet nothings, right? That they're wanting to whisper. So, all right, Shelley, I'm so glad you're here tonight. It's so good to have you.
Thanks so much. It's good to be with
Yeah.
you and everyone.
Yes. What's your intention tonight?
Um, I am, I would like to know, well, I've just been having some challenges around just not being, um, I keep getting the message that I'm not for everyone.
Mm.
Just
Spiritually, you're
having,
getting that message, or in
um,
the world getting
in
that?
the world, in the
Okay.
world, and just like with some conflicts over the last week that really hurt my heart, but I've been becoming over it. And so, but it's still hard and my heart feels tender. And so I guess I would like to know how I can hear my guides more so that I don't feel this tenderness or, so I can get through it quicker.
Mm. Ooh. So we know that the Scorpio full moon, it was just an effect for all us moon fans out here. So I feel you as you say, kind of like I'm not being um sometimes it's that things are right clearing out or showing us that this is not for us, right? Um and that's painful. So
Friendships and things.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yes. Which is deeply what this time is about. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set a timer and we're going to go into this. Okay. And you had said at the end you were talking about that and your question. Can you say one more time?
Yeah. How can I hear my guides more? Am I
Yeah.
doing enough?
Okay. Oh, okay. They're doing work to clear the energy around your heart.
Mm,
It might feel how they just showed me was almost like a jolt in a way, or like You know those police use them, oh my god, taser. There you go.
Yeah.
Words. Not that we want to be tased in the heart, that would be a bad thing, but almost like an electric impulse to the heart that radiates throughout the rest of the being. Um, in the form sometimes of chills. So if you've been getting
Hmm.
kind of some clearing energy in that way, know that as of late or now or in the very near future, that is the intention, is to help clear the energy around your heart.
I get those all the time.
Okay, good, good. They're working with you then, right? Our hearts
Hmm.
need that, because this life is not always easy. Let's see. They're saying that there's definitely an opportunity to open to your receptivity to hearing or receiving guidance through the channels that work best for you internally,
Hmm.
and they'll go into those. They're also saying that when you do receive that guidance, that it's not always to, how do you say? They're not always here to spare us from the emotional pain um, that sometimes needs to be felt to clear other experiences in life. Kind of like for you, I'm seeing this most recent experience of feeling the release of friendship or the conflict and pain of friendship and the navigating of where do I belong or who am I for in life
Hmm. Hmm.
that are bluntly said, these experiences were there to help clear past residue that you were carrying with you. Uh,
Hmm.
they weren't just about these isolated experiences. And okay, I'm feeling they're trying to open your crown chakra
Hmm.
through this. Have you been feeling anything going on with the top of the head as of
I'm
late?
just, well, I'm having a hot flash right now.
Okay, Kundalini rising. Um, yeah, they're trying to knowing claircognizance is something that they're trying to bring forward for you more so at this time. And
Great.
even though we might know, like, oh, I might know that this isn't a friendship that's healthy for me, sometimes there's still purpose, right? In short term experiences of contrast. So they say that to acknowledge and to guide you to not beat yourself up, essentially, once you do start receiving those messages more clearly,
Mm.
when things are still challenging sometimes. It's not
Mm.
about, it's not always about like, did I listen to my guidance and act upon it? Sometimes it's, I kind of knew this thing was going to be hard, or maybe this wasn't going to be the place that would best receive my gifts. Like I had a knowing, but there was
Hmm.
something in that for me to move
Hmm.
into, right? The no's they're talking about, like when you're driving and they're like, left turn, turn left here, and it's kind of like insistent, subtly
Hmm.
insistent. And you follow that, and then you hear about how there was an accident right there,
Mm.
right? If something is truly needed for you to step aside, they will do their best to make sure that you do. Like urgently.
Okay.
So even if you know that there's, and you move towards it, that there might be some purpose in that for you. So how do you hear them more clearly? And they're saying that this is also collective guidance for those wanting to hear their guides. Pause and know that you are connected.
Mm.
And that it's only your mind that creates the illusion of separation from
Mm.
everything that is. So when you pause and you acknowledge your connection, your oneness, and you let that be enough, then you may find yourself in a greater state of receptivity if there's something more for you to know at that time.
Mm.
It's about beingness, aliveness, and remembering that guidance isn't always as loud, as direct, as clear as one might expect it to be. Because you came here in this life not to have somebody walk around with you hand in hand. You came here to experience it with freedom, with options, and optional guidance that's provided when it's best for you to receive it. And it's not always best for you to receive it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in written instruction. Oh, sometimes it's gentle, subtle, quiet, and definitely, most often, in stillness.
Mm.
Is that helpful?
Yes, thank you. I received that.
They said you don't want us in your ear all the time. Though we're always around. Okay. All right.
That was powerful. Thanks.
Yeah. I was like, look. Okay. Let me give you a card. Do
I
you
really,
practice humming? Do you hum a lot?
I sing. I do sing by myself in the car. No one can hear me.
Okay. They do. Oh, wow. Okay. You guys, there's so much unexpectedness tonight. This is so beautiful. Look at this gorgeous card for you.
Mm.
Ooh, it says the wild grace of the unpredictable reveals new directions that I trust and recognize as the way for happiness and divine fruition.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. The wild grace, like wild grace, you guys.
I've been carrying around a book with me called Wild Mercy.
Ooh, well, wild grace for you, my love. Okay.
Thanks.
New
Thanks.
direction.
I
Yeah.
feel so much has shifted. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's
do
what this is
feel
about.
clearing and better and shifted. And yeah, it's really
Yeah,
awesome. Thanks.
that's good. It's great to see you smile.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're going to take a deep breath. Hmm. All right. Jamie, it's so good to have you here tonight.
Hello.
Yes. Thank you and welcome, welcome. What's your intention tonight if you'd like
Uh,
a reading?
Yes, please. And I've been really contemplating this, but so many things recently have shifted so significantly, and I guess I'm looking for guidance or understanding on, what can I be anticipating? Am I reading? Am I following my path? Or maybe what's coming up for me? It's just the shifts have been dramatic.
Yeah. Anybody else had some dramatic shifts happen in life as of late? Whether you're listening now or later, and Jamie, I honor you for the shifts that you're experiencing and moving through in
Mhm.
this moment and in moments that have passed. Okay.
Thank you.
Keep showing me a circle, and I'm not sure what the significance of that is yet. A circle here. They're talking about your vision for your life and what you thought would be included, or what, like, the picture kind of held in your mind's eye. Does it feel like that's changed?
Yes.
Okay. They're using the word expansion and also acknowledging that right now it might feel like things are contracting, um, and kind of like shifting and dissolving, but it's for the expansion of this vision that you held that's actually like out here instead of here.
Mhm.
So it's difficult for you to see because it's almost like it's beyond your periphery of vision at this time. Um, yeah, I keep seeing it like expand. You know, when you like can kind of see something that's going on over on the side, but you can't fully, but you might sense it. However,
Mhm.
when we're in a place where things have recently shifted dramatically, it's not always the time, quote unquote, to fully see the vision, right? Sometimes it's the time to be with what we feel, to be with our hearts as we try to accept what is in this moment. They understand that you'd also like direction and that that's normal. That's normal. We are creatures of wanting certainty. Um, they're showing me you kind of holding out your hands, like this, out in
Mhm.
front of you, hands open, and there's something that you're receiving that almost is like you can't really see it. Um, do you do work with your hands, like energy healing?
No, but I have been feeling like touching people a lot. Like, can I touch you?
Okay.
Can I put my
Okay.
hands on you? Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's I just keep seeing a whole bunch of flowers like opening in your hands, or like portals of energy. Oh, they've said that it's almost like you putting your hands on people. Yes, that's the calling, right? But you might find soon that you don't even need to put your hands on them,
Hmm.
that just having your hands near them, as in practices similar to Reiki,
Yeah.
but maybe not specifically Reiki, are actually very natural for your being. And yeah, it's about you holding this frequency in your heart that extends through your hands, that's helping people's physical, energetic, emotional bodies shift.
Hmm.
They said it's not for you at this time to try to figure out, well, how do I make that work for me? Or how do I, it's not for the mind to figure out right now. It's about you allowing yourself to open this gift. They're showing me you as you do that, kind of like you being open and receptive to something that's actually encoded within you from the beginning of time. That I see you being called to come, right? Like we need Jamie here.
Hmm.
I'm invited to participate, invited to, requested to be there. Um, you can do it at a distance as well. And there's more to it. They're saying it's a beautiful gift, and it's not one dimensional, meaning like, oh, it's me doing energy healing. It's like you doing that with also other gifts that you've brought into this life that come together in this very precious way, um, in which you're to serve. Their deepest guidance right now is to give it space to experiment, to allow. But your work as a light worker is not over. And it won't be for a very, 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 very long time, they're saying. Very long time. And not just this life. Have you been planning to go? I think I forgot a timer, sorry. That's what happens. Are you planning to go somewhere? Trip? I'm seeing like
No,
you going away.
no, I haven't made any plans to do that.
Okay. That might be, I'm not here to be your travel
Mhm.
advisor, but they're showing me you going away.
Uh-huh.
Um, whether that's by car or by whatever method pleases you the most. It feels that way. Which way is that way? It feels like ocean vibes. Do you? I'm seeing California. I don't know if it's just because Shelly's here, but
Hmm.
um, yes, giving yourself time to get away could be very valuable to you at this time.
Okay.
Keep touching people until you feel like I don't need to touch them. I can just Care Bear them up with my hands.
I actually pulled up and witnessed a pretty severe accident this week and was the first person on the scene and didn't have any trepidation, felt very calm during, before, and after. And I was just like, wow, where did that, what message is there? And why was I picked? Why was I there?
For you to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your capacity for healing, your
Mhm.
capacity for sharing frequency for
Mhm.
people that need it in very critical environments as well as ones in which there's no firefighters. Darn it,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And yay, also. Keep using your hands, girl. Yeah.
Thank you.
I hope that was helpful. I'm going to
It
grab
was.
you a card. Your guides are all so chatty. They want to talk all night. And I'm like, so I hope that as you guys continue with your evening, as you go to sleep, perhaps in your dreams or in your waking hours, that you sense their presence, that you perhaps hear their whispers. And oh, look at this, Jamie.
Beautiful.
Oh my God. It says, I open my soul to the realm of the miraculous, where infinite resourcefulness, goodness, and generosity bestow abundant blessings endlessly.
Mm.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Wow. And whether you're here again live or listening later, all these messages are for you. All these beautiful cards are for you. One might call out more specifically, but you can receive those blessings no matter where you are at this time.